Welcome to the Monster Hunter Wilds USA Championship 2025, coming to you live from TwitchCon in San Diego, California. So it's been 5 years since we've had a competitive Monster Hunter tournament. What is that? What is competitive Monster Hunter? Well, we're challenging hunters to slay their targets as fast as possible.
That's right. So 6 of our 60 teams have qualified to compete for the fastest time up on stage today. Each team is made up of 2 players hunting cooperatively against Rathalos. Trophies will go to the top 3 teams, and the players will be provided with 3 optional loadouts with 2 weapons to each of those loadouts to choose from to take on the King of the Skies today.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jow Bagel.
And I'm Lord Vietner.
And we are here for the Monster Hunter Wilds USA Championship live from TwitchCon in San Diego.
Yeah, how awesome to be here. This is actually my first ever TwitchCon, and how great to be here with the Monster Hunter community for our first competitive speedrunning event in 5 years.
5 long years. Right? Let's hear it. 5 long years we have waited for more Monster Hunter speedrunning competition, and what better place to do it in the home of streaming. Let's talk a little bit more about the quest that our competitors are going to be challenging today. The King of the Skies, Rathalos, in our arena setting.
That's right, and so as we've talked about already, there's one specific loadout that comes with a single flash pod, and that will be monumental for bringing the King of the Skies down to the ground. In order to be able to hit him with some of these melee weapons, we do have some ranged options, as well as Insect Glaive, which can get up there and rival him in the air.
Yeah, so let's actually talk a little bit more of the specifics. What are some of the weapon combinations that we can see today?
Yeah, of course. So our first setup is either a long sword or a charge blade. And then you can either go with an Insect Glaive or a heavy bowgun. And then we have Hunting Horn and Sword and Shield that is combined together. And that is the one that comes with the flash pod, which we thought would be a big deal for this quest.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, you know, Rathalos, he likes to fly around a lot. He likes to get away from the players. So that flash pod with that set might be invaluable to some people. But you're looking at Hunting Horn and SNS, right? You got to make sure that you're comfortable with that loadout.
Yeah, absolutely, and Hunting Horn has really come into its own with the new Echo Bubbles that we've seen here in Wilds, as well as the Echo Waves, and those do a lot of damage, and we don't have to worry about sharpness very much.
Yeah, and so we're about to get into the game right now, and here we go, right off to the beginning. We're seeing our hunters jump off and directly into the arena. First hunt of the day. Let's hear some noise for Team Bruh. What weapons are we looking at right now?
That's right.
We see a Hunting Horn and we see an IG right now.
That's right, and this is kind of what we expected. We already see a mount off from the Insect Glaive player while the Hunting Horn is setting up these buffs, and that's a really smart way to open the fight because those buffs take a while to set up from Hunting Horn. You don't want to be away from the hunt, just adding more time to what you have going on already. So doing that during the mount is extremely smart.
Yeah, and seeing a really cool setup here, using Hunting Horn while the mount is going off, you're already being damage reduced. Set up those buffs.
Oh, and it looks like our Hunting Horn player has switched to SNS.
SNS is a para variant here, so they're going to look for that para on the Rathalos here just to lock him down for a bit.
Yep, it looks like they're planning to chain their CC here, so they went for the mount initially to build up those Hunting Horn buffs, and then they're going to look to get that paralysis, and then I wouldn't be surprised to see him swap back to Hunting Horn to go for some more KOs after that. And there's the para. We've got the para, and we can see he's going heavy on the perfect rush to try and get that KO there while those buffs are active. We saw him throw on the Mending Mantle. He's taken a bit of damage here, and it looks like our Sword Shield player has not opted to take their max potion to get up to full health, so he's going to be a little bit more at risk. Yep, absolutely. But one thing we do notice with the Insect Glaive is we saw a flare damage pop there. And so flare is a skill that the Insect Glaive has on its set that allows it to build up wounds faster, those big red marks. Ooh, big
There we go, our first cart of the evening.
And you hate to see that. I mean, that's just going to be a huge time sink. And now the Insect Glaive player is really up against it as he's the only target right now. This is what you want to see. You want to see Rathalos grounded. We get another para, which is huge right here. This crowd controllers, we'll call it CC for short. And there we go, Rathalos falls. Very nice.
Very good first attempt here on the stage. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. I saw there right at the very end. We're going to throw it over to Joe for our interview with Team Bruh.
All right, Team Bruh, our first round of the evening. How do you guys feel about that run?
I'm happy to be here. Could have been better. It was fun. I had a hell of fun. There's no complaining from me.
So a little pressure in this being the first one of the night. How did you feel like kind of dealing with that, with the expectation? You guys got to set the standard.
We were just hoping for the best. You know, here to have fun.
We're going to take this still. I think so.
All right, so tell me a little bit about the strategy. So you started out with the hunting horn. You switched over to SNS. You pretty much stuck with Insect Glaive the whole time. Let's talk about that.
So I used a hunting horn to buff at first, and then I swapped to my main, which is a sword and shield. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
I was just looking for like aerial control, keep it steady, pace, not moving all crazy to try to chase it with a gun. I like Insect Glaive. It's fun.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's give it up one more time for Team Bruh.
I've been watching these guys practice for a while, and I kind of know what their strategy is going to be here a little bit. So you're going to see something a little bit different. So let's give it up for our next contestants, right? The Karting Club. I'm excited to see what they got cooking.
Yeah, absolutely. These are some guys that we know very well from the content creation space. We, of course, have Nightside, who's huge with the kart game series. And it's just an awesome speedrunning event, very similar to this. So it's great to see some community representation in that here today.
Yeah, and so we're going to start rolling into the game right now. So we're going to be first looking at what weapons did they pick. What did we see?
And we are seeing Insect Glaive and Hunting Horn right out of the gate again. I'm not sure we'll see the swap to Sword and Shield this time from the Hunting Horn player. I really feel like having that Hunting Horn available for the whole fight is going to be key to succeeding in this one.
Yeah, I've always said this about Hunting Horn, right? Everyone talks about Hunting Horn as like a support weapon, as a weapon that sits on the side and gets like, you know, the buffs to the team, but it can do good damage as long as you know how to place yourself, how to deal the damage with the weapon, and you can stay aggressive with it. You can stay.
Oh, what an offset.
What a great
Incredible
offset.
offset.
Right out of the beginning.
Very important. It drops him right into the echo bubble. So as he's queuing and playing those songs, those echo bubbles are going to be resounding and dealing more damage. So you see these blue circles on the ground. Those are not only going to buff R2 hunters, but as that Hunting Horn plays songs, you'll see damage pop up from those, and that really adds up over time.
Oh, yeah, and you can have multiple of them on the ground, too, right?
Exactly, yeah, you can have up
one
to 3.
Hunting Horn can make 3 of them, and so you can continue, you can overlap them, you can put them all in the same spot.
And there's our KO first dunk right out of the air on Rathalos. And again, he falls right into those echo bubbles. It looks like everything is going great here for the Karting Club, of course.
Oh,
and it looks like our flash
whiff
missed there.
Unfortunate. So that was their one flash that they have with this set. The only opportunity to get it out of the air. So now they'll have to find another way to do it, whether it's with a mount or just knocking the monster out of the air with a good amount of damage right underneath them. We're seeing some fancy play around Rathalos' head. This is what I was
we're
saying
seeing the
about
skull
Hunting
come up.
Horn.
He's
There's
getting
our
close.
skull.
We're
We
seeing
have
about
a
3.5 minutes. Yep.
There's a wound on the leg right there. We're trying to get
Hunting
it.
Horn goes for it.
Knockdown.
And there he
is.
goes. Very nice. Sub 3.5 minutes.
Yeah,
for
sub
Karting
4
Club.
minutes, 3:29.
All right, I'm here with the Karting Club after a pretty intense run. DJ Johnny, Nightside, part of our Capcom Creators Program. How you guys feeling?
Good. We did our best. We obviously had that little slip up with the flash bug, but we were able to turn it around and, do pretty well.
And we didn't cart, so,
You're not living up to the name, Karting Club? You didn't cart at all. So pretty great run from the start. You guys just constantly kept Rathalos down. The flash, I think, was the only thing, but you guys quickly recovered. Tell me about just like the thought process of just trying to you have something like that, but you just quickly recover and keep going.
Yeah, so actually the start kind of didn't work out for us. I messed up and got hit by the roar, but the main thing that we wanted to do was just try and knock it out of the air, and as soon as we knock it, we had to KO it. And then from there, we just keep locking damage onto the head. Anytime a wound pops up, I would take it to try and set like a bubble down, and we would just try and keep it on lockdown. But, we ran into a couple of snags here and there, especially, that, missed flash. But I think, we're still pretty satisfied with what we did. Getting to top 6 was already an amazing experience, and being able to, compete here is already great. So all things considered, amazing.
Yeah, echoing what Nightside said. Yeah, it's so great that we were able to compete here. We made it top 6. It's been a lot of fun seeing a lot of the Monster Hunter community just come together and cheer us all on and cheering the rest of us. Woo! But yeah, no, shout outs to our communities that are watching at home right now through Parody, Forest Raider, the Monster Hunter channel as well. Yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out here. Really do appreciate it.
All right, with that, I think we'll give a big hand for the karting club. Thank you, guys. And we'll toss it back to the casters. Thanks, guys.
You know, that's just the dangers of Rathalos. Of course,
Oh, yeah.
he's the flagship. He's the face of the series as a whole. He's meant to be a difficult fight, and especially in this more controlled situation where you may not have your favorite weapon or your favorite armor set or even your favorite skills.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, especially that comfort, right? You got to have that comfort going into the quest. So we are about to jump into their next quest here. Taste Technicians starting off the hunt. What weapons do we see right now?
Heavy bowgun, looks like, which is our first one out here, and the sword and shield. Again, we've talked about that crowd control already.
Oh, grabbing some rock burst pods, some slinger ammo here
Very
to
smart.
use.
Yep.
Yeah, it could just be something that helps interrupt the monster. I'm really interested to see this heavy bowgun. We have a the rock steady mantle already equipped, just to get some early, hits in while your HP is still up, right?
Exactly.
You want to
and
use
it
that
looks
tool.
like he went for the offset there and was unable to get it. That heavy bowgun switched to the special ammo that you need to use in order to access heavy bowgun's offset attack. It takes quite some time here, and so that's definitely a difficult one. And another thing we've been noticing a lot is when we hop into these fights, the Rathalos is up in the air, and you're unable to sneak attack him, which was a big strategy used in our qualifiers. The sneak attacks have a crazy amount of damage, and when monsters are in the air, you're just not able to pull that off, and so you can't always start the fight as consistently as you would like.
Yeah. Just keep that aggression on the head. Build maybe up another para, another KO.
And both nailed the blocks on the roar there, which is very important, as neither of these sets have very high earplugs. With the Insect Glaive set, we have earplugs too. I actually do believe the Heavy Bowgun set has earplugs too, which completely negates the roar from Rathalos, which just makes any roar a free damage window.
Yeah, right. The Insect Glaive and Heavy Bowgun are paired together, so that's why they use the exact same armor set, the exact same skills, but you can switch between the two weapons, between Heavy Bowgun and Insect Glaive.
Oh, Sword and Shield takes a heavy hit there. They're running low on health as Rathalos goes into the attack. We saw our other SNS earlier, but our Heavy Bowgun is able to tank right through that.
See, I love this. You're at. Oh,
Hey,
there we
he
go. There's our
goes.
finish.
Just over 5 minutes. Very nice.
All right, Taste Technicians, you guys just finished your run. Take me through how that run went.
So, I'll be honest, wasn't our best, but during the pressure of it, you obviously don't have everything go according to plan. Like, I know I wanted to try to get a mount off at the very start to try to get ourselves ahead forward, but missed it a little bit. But overall, I'm happy with how we did it.
We did the best we could, and for no practice, it's all right.
Well, you guys did awesome. Obviously, being on stage, and like we said earlier, there's no safety net of continuing to try over and over again. You got to do it in one go, and I think you guys handled the pressure well. Take me through kind of like the weapon selection. I think you mentioned that wasn't your main, right?
Yes, so normally I am a hammer main, so for all the hammer mains out there, I tried my best to get a stun off. I got one, I'll take it. But normally, yeah, I'll use either hammer or some other weapons, but it was a different experience trying to learn Sword and Shield for this, as well as, using it on stage, I would say.
And how about with the Heavy Bowgun?
For me, it's my second main for Wilds, so I was pretty comfortable with it. But I had to use the ignition more than I'm used to, which I kept forgetting about, but it helped out.
All right, so I don't know if you guys do tons of speedrun stuff. Have you guys done this kind of thing in the past?
Absolutely not. This is actually the first time either of us have ever done a competition, so I'm proud with either of us getting this far to begin with.
Yeah, I was just here for fun, but yeah. I mean, the fact that we got this far is pretty cool.
All right, well, again, congratulations, guys. You made it to top 6, which is an amazing feat. So thanks so much for being here. Let's give it up one more time for the Taste Technicians. All right, with that, let's toss it back to the casters.
So we're about to jump into our next hunt for today, Bromigos.
That's right.
They're going to be taking on the Rathalos next. So, I'm curious to see, right, what, other strategies we do kind of develop, right? Do we see that,
Yeah, of
that
course.
hunting horn, insect glaive? Do
Yep.
we see what I think is probably one of the more offensive things, double hunting horn? So we're jumped right
Yes, of
into
course,
the
we're
hunt.
jumping in
What
right
do we
now.
see? We see a long sword?
I'm seeing Heavy Bowgun.
Oh, no, heavy bowgun
And
and
long sword, yeah. Heavy Bowgun. Yep. And immediately with the mount here, very nice start. This allows you to kind of control the fight. The first mount is extremely easy to get, of course, like we talked about. You have that build up over time. So sometimes grabbing this first and just taking control of the fight as soon as you can is very important. It looks like he's already opened up the wound on the back, and he's going for the one on the head. This just gives them more options to lock up the monster. He's dropping the wound on the back, so they have the wound on the head that they can use to freeze up Rathalos later on.
Right, Longsword taking the focus strike. That activates an animation, right? We're talking
Exactly.
speedrunner terms now, right? We're going to use that focus strike to lock the monster into a specific animation to create an opening for both weapons,
Exactly.
activating that Gatling gun to take advantage of that situation while also using the longsword basic combo here, right? You get your red gauge, you start doing your slashes.
Exactly.
Right before your red gauge ends, go for your helm breaker.
Exactly, and that's one of the strongest things also about the focus strike we have from Longsword is that it levels up your gauge, so you can use that to combo in
A
quickly.
second card.
Oh, we got a second card.
And that was from the exact same kind of attack. He gets
Same.
up in the air,
Yep,
delayed
exactly.
fire drag. But yeah, let's hear it
Yes.
for these guys.
Rally for Bromigos. Let's
for
go, boys.
Bromigos.
And it doesn't actually count as a dodge if you don't have any gauge. You get smacked by the monster, and your whole flow is thrown off. We'll see a nice helm breaker into the spirit release slash there, right on Rathalos' head, but we weren't able to get a dunk, which is very unfortunate. We go for the focus strike to bring it down, which is very nice.
Yeah, and they're both at critically low health, but they're playing it very, very aggressively, very, very dangerously.
They're sending it. What a block.
They're sending it. This is
what
so
we like to see.
exciting.
It's
Yes.
coming down to the wire. Rathalos is skulled. Our hunters are skulled, and Rathalos.
Second card, they still have
unfortunately
one
pulls out.
more available, so we are okay.
right.
They can still finish out this hunt.
It's going to
Of course,
rely a lot on this heavy bowgun because Rathalos is going to be focusing him. But they know that Rathalos is close to death, so they're sending it here to try and pull off as good a time as possible.
Oh,
And our heavy bowgun goes down. So we do
Quest is
actually
still
get
going.
9 Yeah, we get 9 cards.
Oh, we get 9 cards in arenas.
9
That's
cards
right.
in arenas.
I do arenas
That's
so
correct.
often.
Yeah.
9 cards, so we can keep
They're
going.
still fine, of course, but it's really difficult, like we've talked about already.
to get right
being
back into
this-
cadence.
Yes, exactly.
You've got to get
It
back
really
into the
just throws
cadence
you
of that
for a loop.
hunt.
Yep. Longsword already back up to red gauge.
Already back up to red gauge, right?
It's incredible. You can do it so quickly. Now, it looks like he didn't have his focus mode active, so he missed that original stab. And there we go, a spirit release slash to bring him down. Talk about some style points, man.
All right, bro, amigos, take us through that one.
Oh, pain. But yeah, no, definitely didn't practice for this one as much as we did for the qualifying round. Not a weapon I normally main, but did my best.
Yeah, we had no idea we'd make it this far, so we really didn't practice the Rathalos. We had no idea we'd make it this far, so we didn't really practice the Rathalos.
Happy to be here, though.
Well, again, congrats to making it to top 6. I know a lot happened in that run. Rathalos can be pretty unpredictable, but you guys did great. Talk us through. Yeah. Give it up. Talk us through kind of at the end of that run. I think you guys, you knew you're kind of running long on time, but you know you didn't have much health left. You kind of just like went all for it. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I know. Just pretty much went all for it. Went straight for the head, seen the wounds. Just try to do as much damage as we can, and yeah, it's freaking on me though. But like, yeah, I was trying to guard as much as I could. Whew.
Yeah, I really just had no health left. High risk, high reward. I was hoping every last hit was going to be the last one, but he finally caught me.
Tell me about today's experience going through the qualifier. Like you guys said, you didn't think you would get this far, but you did. Yeah. And now you made it to the finals. Tell me about just the experience of the whole day.
You know, first time tournament, yeah, so it's pretty interesting, pretty crazy to see all this happening. So yeah, pretty crazy, pretty fun, awesome.
I've had a great time. First time entering a tournament as well. It's been amazing. You guys rock.
All right, Bromigos, thanks so much. Let's toss it back to the casters.
All right, so we're going to be jumping in with Heaven and Hell next.
Correct, Heaven or Hell, yes. And
Yeah,
they were the
and-
first team here in the qualifiers to break the 2-minute and 10-second barrier against Chemistries. Our second fastest team coming in to these finals here today.
Yeah, let's hear it for Team Heaven and Hell. We'll see what strategy they take here against the King of the Skies. Are we going to see more longsword play? I'd love to see more longsword play. I want to see some more flashy finishers. Yeah, or maybe the double hunting horn. I am all here for the aggro duder.
Yep, they had some very strong strategies that they talked us through against Chemitrace, and I expect to see a lot of the same here. These guys seem to know their stuff, and so I'm really excited to see what they bring for us today. This is Heaven or Hell.
Yeah, we're jumping right into the hunt. What are we looking at? I'm trying to figure it out still. What are we looking at? Double longsword.
Double longsword.
Double longsword. So
start straight off with a mount. We've seen this a lot. Again, it allows you to take control right out of the gate. And since he starts out flying, you can't get that ambush attack. So really going for this mount is one of the only ways to make sure that you can start off the fight. Here we're going for the headbang again. 700 damage right out of the gate.
700 damage right up to the gate. Now we can see something here too. Even though you're on the one that has the mount, you can still be doing something, right?
Exactly.
You can still be setting up damage, even though it's not effective, but you're not using any specific tool.
Right.
And with longsword, you can start building up that gauge.
Yeah, we know none of these loadouts come with traps or like paralysis knives or anything like that where we can set up crowd control on the monster. So some damage is going to be better than none. We see one take a big hit there, but we saw a really nice foresight counter from Nat Love on Heaven or Hell here. Going for the tail there, underrated strategy in my opinion. I remember when we first started playing, you like to go for the tail cuts.
He's flying anyways, right? What else are you going to be able to hit? You can hit his toes, you can hit his tail. I think either is fine, and also cutting the tail puts him on the ground.
Exactly.
He gets stuck, he gets stuck in a little bit of an animation. You can kind of take advantage of that.
Oh!
The dragging fire breath. It's the same attack.
Every time that is catching our finalists a little bit on their heels.
But still not out of it yet. Only up to the 3-minute mark. A cart. We can jump right back in. We are longsword players. We are aggressive. We can keep the cadence of this fight.
And one of the great things about this, is we see another cart. But as we see Nat Love come back in, is he stays at yellow gauge. You don't drop all the way out, so you don't have to do all the building back up to your red gauge. You can see Rathalos is skulled. We're cutting it close here. We're just hitting over the 5-minute mark. And so I think we're going to see some sending here. This leg wound should be a huge help.
Great topple here. Just staying aggressive against this monster. Going for the Helmbreaker. We just see a cool double finish. Oh, so close.
That would have been so sick if they had got it right there.
The double Helmbreaker into the follow-up finisher like that would have been so cool, but they have the opportunity to still pull this through. Rathalos is on his last legs, that skull icon appearing. We know it's under.
There we go. And down goes Rathalos. But again, Longsword bringing the style points, man.
All right, I'm here with Team Heaven or Hell. Guys, I know that run didn't go exactly as planned, but you had a lot of hype there. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we did not practice this quest at all. We came into this just, to have fun. So we did a lot on the first qualifying quest, but this we did not do. So once we kind of felt that, it wasn't probably going to work out, we just had fun, as much as we could.
Yeah, we kind of just practiced the qualifier. Yeah, no, we call him Quagsire. But we practiced that quest a lot, and I'm a dual blades main, so that quest came easy to me. I was talking with the staff. I have like 200 hours on Wilds and single-digit numbers on Longsword. So I was just having fun. The second that this guy fainted, I kind of just decided to throw the win out the window and just wanted to have some fun.
Awesome, awesome. Well, talking about just having fun, tell me about the experience of today. So you guys trained for the qualifier, and did you do better than you thought you were going to do in that qualifier? And how's it been just overall being here?
Yeah, there were some mishaps in the beginning, like when we were actually qualifying and stuff like that. But we ended up having, a good time in that. The people here have been great. Everyone we've met, it's been so much fun. And let's just give another round of applause for all the finalists.
No, yeah. When he says we had mishaps, I messed up during the qualifier. I missed my perfect dodge at the start, so I thought we just lost the whole thing. But when we sat down and looked at the scoreboard, we kind of just got second place and stayed in second place, so that was kind of lit. But yeah, it was just an overall great experience. First tournament ever of any kind of video game, so it's just been amazing. Like Nate said, the crowd has been amazing. Everyone that I played with, everyone that I talked to, you guys are amazing. Genuinely, everyone did so well today.
All right, Team Heaven or Hell, guys, thanks so much for being here. Let's toss it back to Lord Vietner and Bagel.
So far, we have seen some incredible hunting today. We are down to our last team competing.
And funnily enough, they were our first team to go at the qualifier. So first one's in, last one's out. Very impressive. They came in, and in the heat of all the qualifiers, all the teams there, put together our best time against Chemitrace.
Yeah, 1 minute, 49 seconds?
Yeah, something, minute 46. I mean, it was almost 23 seconds faster than second place, so we are expecting big things out of Hellhunters today.
Yeah, we're building up the expectation, right?
Of course.
I'm really curious to see what the strategy they go for is, right? We've
Absolutely.
been talking about hunting horn and insect glaive. We have seen double longsword.
Yep.
We've seen a little bit of hunting horn and
Quite a heavy bowgun.
Yeah,
today.
and the heavy
We've seen
bowgun.
2 heavy bowguns already. A
So-
lot of the sword and shield.
We definitely want to see what these players go for. We're jumping right into the hunt.
Hunting
Our
horn
last-
and insect glaive.
Hunting horn and insect glaive for our very last hunt of today's run. Let's hear it again for these 2 hunters, giving it their all against the king of the skies.
We see an early burst pod pickup here from our insect glaive player. They let Rathalos land. Great strategy. They can get off the ambush attack, which has an extremely high motion value, which allows them to deal a ton of damage early.
Using the Rocksteady Mantle to, entirely ignore the roar, right?
Exactly.
Let yourself continue to deal damage through that animation, and the Hunting Horn was just ending an animation, so
we
that
get
was
a
a
nice
really
flinch
good
there.
synchronization.
Yep. And Rathalos right now is directly over the Echo Bubbles as they bring him down. Super nice. Didn't even have to use his Rising Slash there on Insect Glaive. Nope. Focusing the head immediately, going for those super powerful circle combos into the strong Rising Slash combo.
Yeah, and we're just seeing more of the strong descending slash, right? This is the grounded, charged up attack that you have to do before you can do your rising spiral slash.
Yep.
It has an offset built into it, but honestly, it's just one of your best options for being on the ground. And you are just going to use it oppressively.
We're seeing
as
those
much as
rock
you can.
bursts come out. Now, something that you can do here that's really cool is you can build stun with those, and you can use them while your weapon is out by clicking the left stick in. We get another dunk.
That was
These guys
such-
are absolutely cooking.
Such a well-timed flash, right? Right before the fireball comes out, right when the monster's lifting off the ground, flash him so he drops right back into place. That is just good timing, good
Exactly.
strategy to really lock down the king
It's
of the
important,
skies.
CC. Exactly. That crowd control is so vital for these shorter hunts to be able to keep him in one spot. Unfortunately, flinches a little bit further back there, but one thing I've noticed about this Insect Glaive player is Pacifica is
I saw it
nailing.
right
Oh my
with him.
goodness.
That offset, he was just lining himself over it. You could see it in the weave of the game, just setting up that offset, putting down an echo bubble here where he's
Incredible.
flying. We're planning on dropping him right here, right? That's the thing that you have to have, just like we were talking about foresight with hunting horn, or with longsword. You have to have it with hunting horn too.
Exactly. Yes.
It's really important too. I've been seeing how they're using these rock bursts to just stop the monster to be over top of the echo bubbles. It's really important to keep right there.
Oh my goodness! Sub 230.
That is an incredible time.
All right, that wraps it up. We're here with the trophy ceremony. Let's give it up one more time for all the participants. All right, I'm here with Mike Lunn on the brand team for Monster Hunter. Mike, any comments for everybody?
It was exciting. It was a roller coaster. We were kind of expecting a lot of stuff in the back, but our expectations are blown away what we saw. So congratulations for the top 3. But of course, everyone, thank you for joining in. We had a great time with you today. Thanks again for coming out.
All right, so let's get the teams up here one by one for the trophy ceremony with third place, Team Bruh. All right, with second place, the Karting Club.
Congrats, brother. Congratulations. Give it up for them.
All right, and our winners are champions of the Monster Hunter Wilds USA Championship, Hell Hunters.
Congratulations. You guys deserve it. Way to go.
Wait. Hell Hunters, an incredible run there. Let's break it down.
Okay, so the first thing we discovered at some point was that there's rock bursts in the quest that you can pick up. And if the host of the quest shoots the ground, Rathalos will hear it and land. That gave us the sneak attack opportunity instead of having to mount it and wait. And then Insect Glaive had Flare 5. And so my whole goal was keep consistent uptime on him and create wounds for the Hunting Horn to go crazy.
So on top of that rock burst, we saw we were able to get a sneak attack. That whole sneak attack allows me to get a whole 4 songs on my song queue list before the hunt even starts, giving us attack up S and pretty much all our other buffs, so we can just go right to town on Rathalos. And like he was saying, him keeping all the wounds and me keeping him grounded to the ground, that's the name of the game, and we were able to smash them.
So you guys had a game plan going in, but the execution part, that's the hard part, right? Like the pressure of being here, you got the live stream and everything, but you guys nailed it. Tell us what that feeling was like.
Oh man, so we made sure that our practice was about consistency over flashy times. So like Insect Glaive users, when we were seeing videos of the quest, they would release the big super attack, but they'd have to wait and get the nectars back, and that makes it really tough and has downtime. So we were just thinking, hey, if we do this setup, we can have consistent responses from Rathalos every time, and then we know what's going to happen. So landing it live was a totally different story, though. We're on a different console, different platform, but it still came together, and it just felt great.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Like after like the 2-minute mark, it's really easy to run out of damage options because like our script is only set for like a certain amount of time, and then we just start freestyling from there. We were still able to pull it off, and that's pretty much what he was saying about consistency. As long as we're consistent, that's all that matters because we got that 229. It's crazy.
You guys were the very first ones this morning, and the very last time, so you had to watch everybody play through this whole time to see where you're gonna go. How do you handle the nerves?
Oh, that was the hardest part. We were sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting, and had to just be like, oh no, when are we gonna go up? Honestly, shout out to those other teams, though. They were fantastic.
It was just exciting to see all the different kind of weapon combinations because we also tried so many different weapon combinations during the Chemistries quest. Originally, we had longsword and dual blades, but then we hit a wall, so we were like, all right, let's try dual blades and blue blades. So we practiced that. And then same thing with the Rathalos quest, just seeing everyone use all their different weapons. It was really fun to see, and it's just really hyped to see everyone land like all their perfect moments and hear the crowd cheer. It was a lot of fun.
All right, well, guys, congratulations. You are the champions of the Monster Hunter Wilds USA Championship. You guys have been amazing, and you had an amazing run. Appreciate everything, and you guys get to take home this wonderful trophy.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, we hope you guys have a good rest of the show, and thanks so much again. All right, Jao Bagel, Lord Vietner, been an amazing day. How are we feeling?
Well, it's been a ton of fun. It's been super great. We want to thank, of course, the Capcom Creators Program for including us and bringing us out here, and all you guys for showing up and making the Monster Hunter community what it is.
I mean, and it's been fantastic. I just really need to thank every single person out in this crowd right now, everybody watching on Twitch, everybody co-streaming, everyone participating in this. You guys are what make Monster Hunter, right? It's the community, it's the creators, it's everyone putting their energy and their creativity into this.
Speaking personally, it's been a joy to have you guys here. Amazing insight, amazing knowledge about the game, truly incredible. So thank you guys. That's going to do it for us. Thank you for everybody on behalf of all of the Capcom team, everybody here, the community, all the staff. Thank you guys so much for your work, and thank you guys first and foremost. Yeah. So, all right, we'll see you next time, and thank you again. Bye, everybody. Oh wait, actually, I missed one thing. We have to do happy hunting, right? Yeah. We have to send it off the right way. All right. On the count of three. All right. 1, 2, 3. Happy hunting! Thanks, everybody.